Testing. 1, 2, 3. Warning. Lemon begins here. Continue reading at your own risk, and the lemon will end with the chapter. Will contain straight and yaoi. I was leaning on a tree in the middle of a large field, flowers dotting the landscape, and no other trees in sight. The sky overhead was a kind, light blue, promising no rain to come. For some reason or another, I knew this was a dream, but I was going to let it play out the way I wanted it to. I was just there for the ride. I looked to my right and smiled. Iris was lying down next to me, just starting to wake up from a nap. Joss? Where are we? She said, traces of drowsiness lingering in her yawning voice. Doesn't matter, Iris. All that matters is we're together. With that comment, I leaned over her body and planted a kiss on her muzzle, placing a paw on the back of her head. She accepted it, and her rough, somewhat canine tongue brushed against my lips, seeking entry, allowing her to do so.
I'm super not digging this.
Fought for supremacy, and hers was able to succeed and invade my mouth, exploring everything as she climbed. It lasted like this for a while, her body eventually climbing on top of mine before something wet landed on my leg. A little excited there, Iris? I said, kiss. She smiled. I can say the same for you, Joss. Oh wait, no. I can say the same for you, Joss. Her voice trailed off. She planted a kiss on my neck, sucking and nibbling one spot.
Okay.
I sighed, smiled. She moved further down across my chest, pausing a moment at my groin. She looked up. I nodded. She eagerly began. She slowly swirled her tongue around.
Began what?
Shaft, sending ripples
Slowly
down
swirling
my
her tongue around
spine
the shaft.
at the new and strangely vivid feeling of releasing a moan. She continued this for a moment before placing her entire mouth around it and stroked it with her tongue while bobbing her head back and forth like a crazed peditite. What the fuck does that even mean?
So wait, what Pokemon is this?
It's a Quilava having sex with something, I don't know, I can't remember what she
It
was.
doesn't really matter that much.
I placed both of my paws behind her head and pushed her further, feeling my cock rub the back of her purring throat. I started to pant, and then she stopped as she began to do something with her free paws. Iris, what are you doing? I stuttered, shocked as a moist finger circled the hole at the base of my tail. Ah!
No.
I know you'll like this. She went back to sucking me off as her finger continued to let her digit trail around my hole. I let a small yell out as her finger slipped in. I screwed up my eyes.
Can I upload this?
Get it out. It hurt, but it felt nice.
I was rated 18 and give people
Iris,
a warning
please,
beforehand.
it hurts. I did give a warning. She leaned in close to my ear. I know when you lied, Joss. And she went back to work on my Quilava hood.
Oh my god. Oh.
That is the best way to refer to it.
I was about to come and her finger.
My cool lava hood.
Why was I enjoying this? Iris, With hell, I let loose in her mouth and everything started to go blurry and changed to a much more startling scene. My eyes flew open and I was gasped, seeing something that I would never have even guessed I would see in my life. I was still in bed, lying on my back. However, my legs were spread apart and I could see a black face with white streaks across it looking.
Oh, dude, blackface is not alright.
The second I yelled, the black fox looked up, eyes wide, and started to shake. Oh, Joss, I didn't know that you were awake. His eyes averted downwards, and I tried to calm down. Nate, you were you just,
What is Nate?
I don't know, Zoro, I think. He knew he wouldn't get away with lying. Stained face would have said otherwise.
Wait, hold on. Repeat that line again, please.
His stained face would have said otherwise. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
He looked up. I saw a tear roll down his face. This is the only way, Joss.
What is it? This is the only way to what?
Joss. The only way, Joss. I cocked an eyebrow, my eyes still a little wide. Wait, what do you mean? Ah! I was cut off as a new, not too new feeling in my rear cut off any unintelligible sound. Nate, what are you doing? Cut this shit! I yelled, and I was rocked back and forth on the bed by an obviously pleasured Zoroa. I told you, he started, still thrusting into my rear. This is the only way for you to love me too.
What the
I
fuck?
screwed my eyes, the pain slowly becoming worse and becoming actually pleasurable, which kind of scared me. Nate, I'm not here. I was cut off as into a certain spot, one that sent shivers back and forth across my spine.
No.
There that I stopped struggling. Just get ready! I groaned, inactive now. It was more of a moan, knowing why he said that. It wasn't what I thought it really was. Along his cock came something even larger. I had no idea what it was. When Nate was trying to force it into me, I shouted as he succeeded. The large forcing me wider. Nate howled. Something warm, wet, and sticky launched into my tailpipe.
Tailpipe?
Slowly filling me up as he
Oh my
lightly
fucking
thrusted,
God.
trying to release every little bit. I felt my own climax starting to hit. How is this arousing? I'm not gay, but am I? I shook as I exploded, most of my seat landing on my chest.
Oh my goodness.
I let my stiffened muscles relax, letting my legs fall to the bed and Nate collapse on top of me, as I heard him breathe deeply on my chest, locked into my ass. I realized something. I enjoyed that, no matter how much I denied it, but I was right. I wasn't gay, I was bi.
Oh!
And
That makes it all better.
oh my god.
Is that the end of the chapter?
That's the end of the chapter.
I request another chapter.
There's 22 more.
You need to find more.
Day 2, 24 hours remaining.
Remaining of what?
Skip to the bad parts.
That's just the name of the chapter, I don't know. Should I start at the actual beginning?
No, just find the bad parts.
Okay. I'll go to chapter 3, a little incest goes a long way.
Oh, no.
No.
That's not okay.
I'm not gay, but am I?
I buy.
Shut down.
There's the get out of jail free card. God damn.
I am. Yeah, and then like people try to ask him if he's gay and if he's like ook or whatever the other one is for top. It's pretty bad.
David, if you make this in a video, you need to add a serious warning.
Yeah, I will.
I do say a warning at the beginning.
Well, I know, but like he's gonna need more of a warning than that. I don't think anyone's ready for that.
Ready
We're
your
releasing
anus.
something into a tailpipe.
Yeah.
He said he has sex with his uncle.
Read that.
David,
What?
you should have just the picture, like, Vaporeon, but censor it.
No.
No.
Cool lava.
Don't use the Vaporeon picture. David, that's cutting it way too
Warning.
close.
Very obvious. Short lemon begins here. Yaoi incest. Don't like, don't read. It was an awkward moment. I didn't really know what to do, as Nate had started last time. Hayes sighed. Well, are you going to start? I closed my eyes. It was now or never. I walked around the desk to my uncle, who had been waiting for me the whole time and knew that this would be happening, as he was always erect.
Okay.
I misread that. It says already erect.
I like always red.
Yeah, me too.
I fell to my knees in the front of his crotch, just wanting to get this over with.
No.
Any time on the kissing and whatnot. I took a deep breath and then leaned in. I grabbed his pink organ and licked its head a few times, and listened to some light moans from Hayes. I started rubbing the base of it as I licked, if only to speed up. Slowly, I worked my way further down his shaft, wrapping my around him and rubbing him from beneath. My uncle placed his hands on the back of my head, forcing me further down and going at his own faster pace. The hand jacking him off was pretty much useless now, so I used it to fondle his furry orbs.
That is probably my new favorite phrase ever.
Josh, this is so nice. I could only mumble around his cock, sending vibrations along it, getting even heavier moments. Sea weasel.
Is he like a weasel or something?
I think so. Oh, Josh, I love it. Oh!
Why is it always Pokemon?
Before finishing his broken sentence, he exploded, sending a salty seed down my throat. With a contented sigh, he slumped.
You know, I cannot believe that this is like written seriously and not as like a fucking.
Lemon ends here. Damn it, why are they so short? DX. Warning, Lemon begins here. Dragonair X Joss, straight
Player
rate.
2 wins.
It released me, but only for a moment, so it could flip me around so I was facing the surface, seeming to mock me only a few feet up. The snake leaned over me, blocking the light, and leaned in towards my face. I tried to look away and avoid losing any unnecessary breath, but it jerked me up, locking its lips onto mine. It was my first time kissing a snake or a dragon, and it was kind of weird, with its thin tongue probing my mouth. The slippery appendage slithered and darted around my mouth, trying to taste all I had, and forcing my overly submissive tongue to wrestle.
This is really not necessary.
The best way I can describe the taste was like, well, a very sweet Pokeblock, so needed sweet it nearly made me.
Oh, right, I have that experience, so that really helps me.
After a seemingly long amount of time, it broke away from me, causing the little amount of breath I had to escape. It glared at me for a moment before swimming up to the surface and holding me above the water. I hurriedly took in as much air as I could. I highly doubt that it just wanted a kiss. It pulled me back and put me in the same position as before. After a moment, I felt something warm touch my nether regions, and I can tell it was wet. Even though it was surrounded by the water, it seeming to burn my fur. I looked at what the Dragonair was doing. It was looking at me lustily, rubbing its gleaming twat on my heart.
Oh my god.
Just now showing itself as it
Gleaming twats.
I get the water burn to my fur, then well, you get the picture. Rubbed back and forth, sending waves of pleasure and pain up my spine. I grunted, and she giggled devilishly. She pulled back a moment, and I sighed inwardly before she slammed herself down on my crotch. I terribly let out some of my precious air before I realized that I could have just condemned myself then and there. It pulled itself back before slamming it down again. The water combined with her juices made it an easy ride for us, but with her strength it still hurt me. Thank Arceus she wasn't that tight. I clenched my eyes shut and she rode me like
Arceus.
she rode me like a human would a Tauros, thrusting himself up and down.
Wait.
And you she increased her pace rapidly, pounding me relentlessly.
How do they know what humans are?
Let out gas and squeezed me, bringing out the tiny amount of air I had left. Crap, I don't think she'll be bringing me back up anytime soon. With a renewed frenzy, the snake-like dragon rapidly continued to insult me, slamming her G-spot over and over again. With a yell, muddled by the surrounding water, she climaxed, spraying her juices onto my crotch and choking me further, the body tightening around me with no let-up. I could literally feel the life being squeezed out of me. I couldn't take it. With one last desperate, instinctive, idiotic attempt, I took in a breath, if only for the salt water to go down my throat and lash out at my lungs. The Dragonair shuddered for a moment before smiling at me. The final thing I could register was her evil smile as she tightened her hold on me further. After that, everything was black.
Okay.
Corey, why did you re-invite me back into the group like today?
Because why not, fam?
Wait, was that the end?
And that's the end of the lemon.
It's very important that you experience this, Josh. We're broadening your horizons.
Yeah, Josh, explore your sexuality.
Shut down.
You're not gay, you're bi.